Well, hey guys, welcome back to the shop. Part two of building saw blades. Um, what I want to say. Hope you enjoy it. Let's see what we did the last time on the last video. If you didn't see that, you might want to go back and check that out. We took a raw plate, no tips, no nothing. Put all tips in it, got all that done, discussed all the steps of getting it done. This video, we're going through all the grinding processes and finish it up. All right, hang on, here we go. Okay, so we got our tips in. I'm comfortable with, everything's good and solid. Let's start doing the face grinding. We need -5. The scale on this machine does the same thing. Hang on, I'll show you. So it might be kind of hard to see, but you can see where there's 20, 10, 0, and we're going down to that ½ inch mark, right? That's -5. Everything on this side is, 5 plus, 10, 20, whatever. So let me get that set up and show you where it sits, and we'll get on. So we split the hair on that 5. I think you can see it right there. So at this point, we got this face grinder set up at 5° negative hook. Next, we got to find the right bushing that fits it. Lars is in here messing around and cleaned all that stuff up. I'll have to search for it, but I'll find it. And then we're going to set it up and start letting the machine just, all it's going to do is just face. I'll show you some of that. Maybe, set the camera up on a tripod and just, you ain't going to be able to see nothing. It's just too dark back in this corner. But let you see how that works. And then we got to start side grinding. Side grinding is a little more technical. This thing just, straight, that's all it does. Just choom, choom, and gets all them teeth exactly where they're supposed to be. All right, hang on, give me a few minutes. We'll start grinding some saws. So we got her set up where our feed pawl is sitting where it ain't gonna get in trouble. We got 0, 10. Every time I do negative anything, I just drop it down to 10. I did adjust the stock finger around off camera because it's, it takes a little while. So now we're fixing to fire it up and see what happens. Hang on. Alright, so we got her machine set up. She's feeding like she's supposed to. Next is let's start drilling. Let me turn it on. She puts back on. And then we got 160 teeth. We just push the reset button here. Because I already set it. 160 teeth, right? Then we're going to take and set it on automatic mode. I'm trying to get you a good picture here. There we go. Next, let's open the dust collector up. This thing sends coolant, just big haze in the shop. So, we're going to take our dust collector hose and get it up here close to where all this is happening. We got our, I'll have to adjust this a little bit. We got a coolant line. Best thing on any carbide, man, is coolant. I'll go over, if I don't forget, kerosene is one of the best lubricants for grinding carbide. Kerosene is one of the best lubricants for grinding carbide. Although you don't want to put that in the machine, man, and fire it up, and then all of a sudden something get hot and poof, there's a fire. But on these old manual machines, I used to have a little tank that's set up here with a wick. and I would just pour kerosene in it, you know, as a lubricant. Oh, them things are sharp as crap. All right, let's fire this thing up and see what we get done. All right, let's turn our dust collector on. I do have my mic on because this is going to get loud. Still don't know if you're going to be able to hear me. Now, let's turn our coolant on. All right. So we got our coolant going right where we need to be. Let's turn her on. It's going to get loud. There you go. Hang on a minute. Okay, so we finished our first pass, but I don't know if you can see it. I mean, it's hard to see back there. I think we're going to have at least 2 more passes to get all these teeth face ground good and sharp. So let's let her go a couple more times, and then we'll move on to something else. Okay, pass number 2. We still got a few here that's not cooperating. One more time around, I think we got it. Alright guys, I think we're done with the face grinding. Right? Now it's time to take it and stick it on the side grinder. This is going to be a few minutes. So let's back up here for a minute and say time spent. All right, I spent 45 minutes or so on that grinder right there, you know, grinding the pockets, cleaning them out. Then we bring it over here and put tips in it. That was about 1.5 hours. Of course, I did take a break, that kind of thing. So let's say an hour, right? So where are we at now? 2 hours maybe? It's been on that face grinder now for about 45 minutes, right? So we're at 2 hours and 45 minutes. Then we're going to, like I said, we're fixing to throw it on this. I'll show you after I get it all set up. This is going to be at least an hour, right? And like I said, man, when I get to the top grinding, unless I really want to take over and do it manual instead of automatic, it's going to be 2 hours on there. That's why saw blades cost so much money. All right, hang on. Let me get that blade off that face grinder and stick it on this side grinder. We got our saw blade mounted. I know you can't tell, but I'm trying to hold the phone level. You can see a 5-degree down, right? So that's 5-degree negative. This thing don't have any measurements on it. I have to use an angle finder, but that's 5 degrees negative. Okay. We got our facing done. Now this machine right here, there's no way I can get you in here, but it's got 2 grinding wheels coming in at this angle, right? I'll try to explain it. I did make a video on this once before, a video. But I'll draw it back up for you. This machine's putting radial and tangential clearances, you know, from top to bottom and from front to back. Because the only thing you need left is that front cutting edge up in the very top of that blade. Hang on, I'll do that for you real quick and then we'll get started on this. Okay, so what this grinder does, if we're looking straight at the front of that, at that tooth straight on, this is your tangential clearance. It's going to make it thinner at the bottom and wider at the top. So the top is the only thing cutting or touching the material, right? And you don't want to scar it square. So that's what it's doing as the machine's coming in, right? Now, on this one right here, if we're looking down on the tooth, like the saw blade's sitting like this, and you're looking straight down, this is your radial clearance. So it's going from the front of the tooth to the back of the tooth. It's putting this clearance in, which I think on this grinder is about 1 to 1.5 degrees smaller in the back than the front. So the front of the tooth is only cutting radial, tangential, top to bottom, right? I think this is like a 1 degree, 1.5 degree too. All right, so we're putting both of those angles in that blade at the same time with that grinder. All right, now let's get to doing it. All right, guys, we're fixing to fire up this side grinder. I've done the math. I need 17.5 thousandths on each side of this blade. End up with 185 thousandths kerf. Don't know what kerf is. Yeah, Wikipedia, Google. But that's the total width of the slot this blade's gonna cut. Fixing to go through this. Yeah, got the mic on because it's gonna get loud. This thing is loud as crap. And I'll try to explain exactly what's going on. I'm gonna use the same side dial indicator I used on putting the tips in, and we're just gonna keep messing with each side of this blade. We get it to 17.5 thousandths on each side, and then grind every one of them. Hang on, here we go. All right, like I said, I'm gonna take this side dial indicator, and I'm gonna adjust this grinder in until I get the right, width on that saw blade. So this thing's on. It's loud. You're not going to hear anything, but at least you'll kind of understand what's going on. All we're doing is getting this thing down to 185, done, and then just let the machine do its thing. All right, hang on. Alright, so after all that crap, we got it set, but we have two of these blades, so it makes it worth time to set it up. There's a positive stop on this thing, you know, where you can just replace blades. It's made for manufacturing. So we got all that took care of. We'll set you up, do a little time lapse. Let's just kind of see how this works past what I just done. Hang on. Let's see. Yep. We ain't gonna do but like a minute or so because we're gonna be here for about an hour. Hang on. Okay, so here's what we got after side grinding. I hope you can see that. I'm trying to get it where to shine. There you go. Alright, so there's what this machine does. Alright, now let's get ready to put this thing in the top grinder and grind the tops of them down and put the final angles on here. Alright, it's time to do the top grinding. We've done the face, side, all that kind of stuff. Now, let's throw it on the top grinder. Let that thing run automatic. I got some other stuff in the shop I got to do, so I'm going to just let it run automatic. This will be a while, but we'll come back. Let me explain to you what we're doing, and then after this, we're done. All right, hang on. Okay, so you can see how far this sticks up over the top, right? And that steep angle. This is like a 45. That's standard on tips. So what I'm gonna do is grind this thing down till it's about 40-50 thousandths over the top of that tooth. And we're gonna put a 15-degree back angle on this, and then we're going to do a 45 on each other one. It'll be 45 flat, 45 flat. Then the 45s are the highest point. The flats will be 15 thousandths lower all the way around this thing. That's why it takes so long. All right, so give me a few minutes. Let me set this thing up and we'll go for it. Alright, so we set our grinder up on 15 degrees. Don't pay no attention to this grinder, man. It needs cleaning. But that's 10 degrees on the back, 15 degrees. We got to set on 15. Let's fire it up and see what happens. Alright. So we're gonna pull a little bit. Let's see if it indexes 1, 2. There you go. All right. One more. Okay, I got it all adjusted in. You can hear the air compressor. The little cylinder that indexes this thing needs to be replaced, which wears that air compressor out. But here we go. Let's grind the top of these things and be done with this blade, right? Okay, this is what happens when you're out in the shop at 2 o'clock in the morning. The wheel done went defunct. Need to change that. Give you a view of that. Been working on Lars's truck today. Yeah, don't worry, video's coming on that. But let me give you a view of this right quick. Carnage. Not really carnage, but you need to replace the wheel. All right, hang on. Okay, you can see all the clutter, right? Then if we go down under here, give me a minute. Like I said, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. This wheel is wore slap out. So need to change that. This is a long drawn out ordeal. So I got to get that done, and then we'll get back to grinding this blade. I knew it was going. I was hoping to make it through this one, but nah, ain't happening. All right, let me change that. We'll come back to it tomorrow and see if we can't make this finish. Okay, guys. Next day, got a new wheel on. Let's commence to finish and top grinding this. Yeah. All right, guys, at this point, we've got this blade completely round within, a few tenths of a thousandths. Now, I got to do the same thing. I'm going to skip a tooth, turn it down to 80 teeth, and we got to get one tooth 15 thousandths lower than the other one. And then we're going to come in there on the high teeth and there'll be a flat, right? Then there'll be a 45 on that side and a 45 on this side. I'll show you all that when we get done. There's no sense in going through it because the thing's going to do the same thing. The head's just tilted in different directions. But then we'll come back and show you what it looks like when it's done. Maybe explain, the triple chip thing, but that'll be about it. So we're almost done with this little fiasco. Hang in there. All right, guys, we finally got her done. Triple chip. The thing you can see right here, we got a 45, a 45, and a flat. What this does is this is setting up 15 thousandths higher than this tooth, so we get one chip cut right here, one chip cut on this side, one chip cut on that side, hence the triple chip. Let's see if I can get you a view back. Now, you may be able to see it, I don't know. Yeah, there you go. So you can see back here how that triple chip one sets up just a little higher than that one, right? So there you go. Let's take a look at the blade. Right. She's all ground in like she's supposed to be. So there you go. Finished. It's a pain in the butt building these blades. But, that's what I do. Hope you enjoyed this little video. I'll do some more stuff around the shop and shoot that up. Sorry. Took me a little time getting this one up there, man. I got that second COVID shot, man. It knocked me off my feet for a day and a half. if you ain't got that second one, you got that first one. Oh, you might want to take off from work one day. Or like the day after. All right. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, leave a comment, let me know. I'll do more of them. If you didn't, leave a comment, let me know. I'll still do more of them, but I'll take the feedback. Hope everything's going good out there in the world. Hope you're doing okay and your family's all home and safe. We'll see you on the next one. Y'all take care.